Welcome to the Gonzo Radio Sports Desk Podcast, Bar and Grill, and Spa? Spa, yes. Welcome to the new podcasting format. We will be dropping this. I'm not going to live stream it. We're going to drop it on YouTube. We're going to drop it on Facebook. That's right. We're going to record it. And we're not going to edit it. We're going to record it live, and we're going to come at you with info that you need. Telling you right now, look at Matty. The Mazz, I'm going to introduce him, but he is still hard at work because I gave him an injury list to digest. And folks, this year, the NFL injury list for preseason.
It reads like the Cheesecake Factory menu.
Yeah.
It really is. It's intense. There's a lot.
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, every page has got a new.
It's nuts.
A new appetizer.
It's nuts. I mean, most of us are a couple of weeks away from our fantasy football drafts. We're a couple of weeks away, and already we have how many top 100 picks have gone down out for the season?
Yeah, there's
with injury.
There's some key players.
It's a bunch
this time. On both sides of the ball. Don't just key on the offensive guys. You got some key defensive injuries.
For those of you who pick defensive positional players.
And also, we always
God bless.
Bad defenses make for good offenses in terms of fantasy. So some defenses that are not very good, they got worse. That's what the offenses are going to have to do.
Are you really surprised?
We like garbage time, by the way. That's a key.
Oh, we love garbage time.
Factor.
I won a championship on garbage time. I had Drew Brees and Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch was at the height of his beast mode era, and that was the year that Sean Payton got suspended, and the Saints were in shootouts all year. Shootouts. I think they went 5-11, 6-10 that year, but they were in shootouts all year. And you laughed. You particularly laughed at that draft when we drafted Drew Brees 7th, 8th, I think it was overall. How'd that work out for you?
Yeah, I don't remember laughing. But anyway, yeah, it's important to hit those when you need. But you know what I'm saying though is garbage time and shootouts are a little different. I don't think the Saints this year, or for instance, like the Vikings, who lost their edge rusher for the season, are going to be in many shootouts. I think they're going to be chasing, and chasing is a little easier.
Yes, the defensive players have an effect.
Yeah, so chasing is a little easier because again, the opposing defenses usually play a little softer. It's almost like 3 points.
Can I interrupt and digress here for a moment? I'm the digression guy. Besides the fact that I am holding a Miami Dolphins cup, it's pumpkin spice season already, middle of August, and we're seeing it on the shelves. The pumpkin spice creamer. It's just disgusting.
Pumpkin.
I love it.
Gross.
I love it.
My wife loves it. Diana loves it.
Not only have I done this, but I have started putting together my Halloween costumes. I'm a guy who usually has 2 or 3 costumes for Halloween, serious business stuff, usually Star Wars, Sith related, some crap like that, because I'm a nerd. And pumpkin spice, it inspired me to pull my stuff out and take inventory of my Halloween shit.
I've had up to 11 of those in my grocery cart at one time.
11.
Yeah, that's been the max.
What's her jam? What is it? What is her favorite?
Just the pumpkin spice.
Is it international flavor?
No, it's the creamer, whatever they have pumpkin spice. Usually it's I'm trying to think of the brand. International something.
International flavors, yes.
One that we use it, so it's very generic. Because I usually get like either the Italian sweet cream,
right?
Or she gets French vanilla consistently, not butter pecan.
Do you want to go look over in my refrigerator and get the it's Coffee Mate?
Okay, maybe it's that brand. Okay, well, one of those.
There's 2 brands that dominate every grocery store artificial creamer, whatever non-dairy creamer aisle, okay, or section. There's 2 brands that dominate it, and one of them is International Flavors. And the other is Coffee Mate. It's not hard.
Well, got one of those.
And if it does, at one point, it's not about football. He's lost.
And one time I had 11 of them. So
11.
Oh, more important. Not for me. No.
I like it. I don't love it. I just like it. I love butter pecan. The only problem is butter pecan makes a 4XL shirt get tight. I'd make you fat. Oh, but it's good. Num 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 num
Love
num.
it. Love it.
Almond joy, especially hot. Hot almond joy is. Have you ever had almond joy?
Yeah, I'm not coconut guy.
It's like a mocha coconut,
Coconuts.
nutty. It's
like it.
awesome. Oh, you're not into that?
No, not
Well,
my thing.
it's one of the best. It's one of the best, especially with Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee.
Oh,
Ooh,
good.
not as high in caffeine as we like with those processed coffees that we like to consume by the gallon every day, like the stuff that comes at Dunkin' Donuts, the other double D. But yeah, where that's the jam right there. Oh. Shout out to Pete, by the way, who may actually watch this when we drop on YouTube. By the way, for those of you just tuning in, make sure you like and subscribe. Okay, it's right down, I think, down there. It's just like and subscribe. Join the army, man, because we are going to be marching into this football season, kicking ass and taking names. That's my call to action. Like and subscribe.
Wow, I like it.
The more you watch, the more you learn, the more you know. Okay, we're talking about a lot of fantasy football championships between the two of us, and about experienced broadcasters know, but fantasy football championships, we're all over it. Sorry, I'm just smacking my microphone around. People are like, yeah, there's a lot of years playing this. I mean, I've been at it since 91, 90.
Yeah, me too.
Long time.
For sure.
And I'd like to think I've gotten good at it.
You're okay.
I'm okay.
You're okay.
I'm okay. So on to the injuries.
We got some.
Who do we really have to look out for? Get out your pen and your paper, or grab notes. Get notes on your phone is really good. Let me check my notes.
If you're watching the news, obviously you're watching any football coverage. The big ones are Jaden Higgins out for the year. That's huge for Houston. I mean, they really wanted somebody on the outside to kind of take the pressure off of Nico. Their offense, I mean, is not predicated on throwing the football as it is, but it would have been nice to have a solid WR2 on the other side to help kind of move that offense along.
Higgins was a guy I could show you my notes. I have notes that I take and I compile for my major drafts. I have two major drafts, which is the Scurry Louie Football League and the Motley Crue League, which is a bunch of strip club employees. But it's a big league. It's a really good, and everybody's a really good player in that league too.
Solid league, really.
Yeah, we can't say, oh, I got so and so. No, they have, everybody picks formidable teams.
There's only two guys in the league that suck.
No, yeah, but don't tell them. We have a show. We have a show. Don't say that. Don't say what everybody's thinking. Hey, I've been the king of mediocrity for the last 3 years. I've been like, how did I finish 8-6 again? What the hell? Or 6-8? What the hell?
Yeah.
It's Jaden Higgins is a guy that was really, really high on my sleeper list.
Sleeper or not, he was moving up draft boards.
Borderline 1B.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate.
Sucks.
Big injury. He's out for the year.
It's good news for Dalton Schultz, though.
Basically, I'm just going to rapid fire these, and then we can have little discussions about some of these players that we
right.
If they matter, if they don't, some of them will matter, some of them won't.
Oh well, before we dive off the deep end, while we're still on the Houston Texans, don't automatically think that Tank Dell is the next man up and he's going to be back to being Tank Dell. He is still practicing on a limited basis, although he is getting reps. He is catching passes. They are allowing a little light contact, but they're not taking him to the ground. They just he fucked his knee right up.
He's had some bad luck.
And Addison too. Addison out in Minnesota is another guy. Everybody's like, oh, they're back.
Well, I mean, the thing is now
pump the brakes.
Maybe from a fantasy perspective, the focus is now, in my opinion, going to shift back on Nico in terms of what his value is going to be. And I think people automatically are going to assume, well, originally maybe some of his targets were going to get taken away because of Higgins on the other side and et cetera. And now he's going to get those targets back. It doesn't necessarily work like that. knowing now that there really
True.
isn't a clear number 2 on that team, teams are going to be looking at Nico, and he's going to be the guy to stop. Now, fortunately, he's a tremendous athlete and a fantastic receiver. And we talked about him in terms of metrics. He's, towards the top in terms of illustrating why he gets those numbers.
Size, speed,
Oh, catch
ability
rate,
going up, getting the ball.
route rate.
He's a
route
complete receiver.
participation,
He's a complete WR1.
target share, all those stuff that matter. Target share
Mhm.
obviously is going to go up. But
Elite.
that offense isn't predicated on moving the football through the air. It's really not an elite offense to even begin with. So now when you start taking pieces away from that offense, I think, I don't know, just overall, I was a little bit gun shy in terms of getting some of those, key guys. Higgins, I was interested in because I felt like there was still value in him. But Nico, typically where I'm seeing him go, maybe he moves up a couple of spots, but he's middle of the second round guy. And, just based upon performances from last year in history, it's probably his ceiling. And I just don't feel comfortable reaching for ceilings, knowing that he's got to get to that ceiling for him to return the value that I'm looking for, to be able to take him at that spot. So I just think overall, this is what, when we draw comparisons about, again, fantasy is about scoring points. So offense that's somewhat limited, defense that's superior, and in terms of game scripts and how they're going to run their system, it just ceilings overall in that offense, I think, are going to be capped. So that's just something to consider when you're looking at the draft board and you're staring at guys like Nico and maybe a guy in the third round, or at least he's typically be taken in the third round. Just because he's a guy around later, it doesn't mean that he's not going to return that same value, if not maybe greater.
Listen, you get Nico Collins in the end of the third round. Anything after, let's say anything after 30, anything after 30 is a steal. Steal. Each number takes you to deeper into steal territory. Okay, that guy is going to now, because of injury, because of lack of talent, that guy is going to ball fuck out.
Yeah, but in these expert leagues, you're not getting him at that point. So
I know that.
Home leagues are different. I mean, typically depending on the runs, like,
Your office league,
sometimes
10
leagues go on
teams.
quarterback
Drugs.
run, or sometimes, teams will get on a tight end run, and that may change or shift the draft a little bit. But again, when players are being typically taken in a certain spot, you have to assume that, or at least you want that player to return that value or that level of value. And if that level of value has to be that player's highest potential ceiling, which means everything has to go almost perfectly. And we know the NFL doesn't go like that.
I know.
It doesn't go to script. So it just makes me leery. And if I'm choosing between a couple of players within a certain tier, then that's, for me, it's an elimination. I'm not taking that guy. So, all right. So down the list for more.
Down the list.
Colton Tyson, hamstring injury, another big one. I mean, again, an offense maybe not as good as, or certainly a little bit better than Houston's offense.
My list. I brought my own pen. Excuse me. I have to scratch him off right after Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I mean that's
Jaden Higgins.
That's a huge loss. I mean, George Kittle, questionable week 1. I mean, who's not questionable for the Niners week 1? I mean, they just can't get out of their own way.
Kittle's gonna be fine.
He will. I get it, but still, these names appear on the injury list week after week after week. I skipped right over Ricky Pearsall because he's always hurt. So and he's out for the season.
He's hurt in Florida.
I know he's out for the season. Zach Charbonnet. Now we knew he was going to be hurt. I mean, we knew he's hurt, and we knew sort of the timeline for him to come back. And again, that's about what the timeline is going to be, even when he comes back. Let's say he's scheduled back for week 4. Is he going to get 25 touches week 4? Probably not. Is he going to get 20? So it's going to be something to monitor. It's going to be more important to see what the flow of the offense is prior to him coming back. Because whatever they're doing, if it's working and Seattle's out of the gate at 4-0, then guess what? They're probably going to keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
All right. And then ease it back in. So again, this is another player, different scenario, certainly than, an offensive description of Houston, but.
And that's gotta put Jadarian Price through the roof.
Well, again, and what's gonna happen, are you gonna chase that? I mean, because again, he's been going up round 6, round 5, round 4. I'm not interested. I'm backing off. The only guy I'm interested in that whole team is gonna be the receiver. But that's for another discussion. More injuries. Puka Nacua, wow, he's hurt again, shocker. Minor injury, okay, fine, we'll see. He has about 10 minor injuries a year, ends up missing 4 games.
Well, let's also remember that injury lists, especially questionable status, that's a wide spectrum. That's a spectrum like this, way out there. I mean, doubtful is most likely you're not going to play.
Yeah, well, this could be an angle too.
Yeah.
And in terms of the injuries for preseason, most of these guys aren't playing anyway. So let's say he was even healthy enough to play. He's going to play a series, do like 2 series maybe. So wouldn't they rather just designate injury and not have him play? It's a better look, number one, because I'm going to get to that. I'm going to segue to why it's a better look in a minute. But let's just run through the list. So more names. McCaffrey, wow, shocker, or injury. Minor, but not playing. Jeremiah Love, questionable, high ankle sprain. That's a little bit of we saw that injury. It's a physical injury. So that's something to monitor. This was interesting. Breece Hall. Okay. The Jets, first of all, is a team similar to Houston's offense, although Houston's a much better football team. The Jets aren't even a good football team. I don't think they've used him properly since he's been there, honestly. It's like you've always waited for just to give me the 20 touch week for Breece Hall. And he just gets 2 of those a year. And it makes no sense because it always seems like he's the best player on the field, at least on the offensive side. And they just don't use him like that. And it's shocking to me. And now he has a non-contact injury. Those are fun.
Yeah, and I feel bad for the kid too. I really do. But of course, as a card-carrying Miami Dolphin fan for life, yes, I despise them. Yes, I'm curious as to why can't they get it right, even close?
I don't know.
I mean, come on, whether it's the general manager, I know what it is. It starts off with Woody Johnson. Talk about a guy with a double phallic name. When you have an owner that bad, it's a trickle down theory.
Yeah, it's bad.
Trust me. We have a terrible owner. Okay, and now he has finally learned to shut up, write the check. That's it. Don't try to hire anybody. Don't talk to anybody. Don't make any statements other than business about the team. Let the football people do football.
Yeah, well, Jets can't get any of the 3 big spots right. GM, coach, quarterback.
Aaron Glenn is an excellent defensive coordinator, and Aaron Glenn is a leader of men. He is a good coach. As much as you don't want to admit it, he is a good coach.
Okay, but a head coach. There's a
head coach. There's a whole slew of guys underneath him that have to be good as well.
Yeah, well, again, and that's the responsibility of a head coach.
Yes,
is to put those people in the position to be successful.
Yes, and the system,
people,
right, and the system that Glenn came from, which was the Detroit system,
he didn't create.
Right,
he was a piece of the system.
Right,
there are differences between people that are pieces, like pawns on a chessboard, and then the person who's actually moving the pieces. So the question with him has been, it took him a long time to finally get the head coaching job, and then it never panned. And you could say, well, it's atmosphere, it's environment, it's landing spot, whatever. Ben Johnson,
it's a lot.
Turned around the Bears in a year.
Oh yeah.
Shanahan went to the Niners after her and kept that culture going. There are great young coaches that are building franchises very quickly, and you get dinosaurs that are being I don't want to say exploited, but overextended, because we all admit, like you said, and I agree with you, he's a great coach. But there are a lot of good coaches in football. You need a lot of good coaches to be successful, but you only need one really, really good head coach, and he's not that guy. So, that being said, the Jets are a disaster. there's no way out, at least in the short term, because they still don't have any of the three important pieces, which is the head coach, the quarterback, or the general manager. Now, you can question maybe the general manager because, again, he's new, and you always think that the new guy coming in is going to build a new culture and establish a new system. But again, it's not this year, and they're playing probably again for next year's draft. So, yeah, for me again,
Quit hogging all the first round draft choices.
why you? Yeah, really, it's like the NBA lottery; they just can't get out of it.
They've got a bunch next year.
Yeah, they do. They got like 3 first rounders.
Better go get a new head coach and a whole different
Something.
thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got to go into.
Oh, stay with Aaron Glenn.
Yeah,
Stay with all the idiots
Put your
you're
cup
gonna
up again.
keep
Go-
everybody.
go everybody your
Keep
cup.
everybody. I approve.
Great job.
Don't change a damn thing.
Okay, there's a lot of guys on this list. Most of these guys will probably be playing week 1. Some of these guys, unfortunately, are not. But the one segue that I want to talk about, which I thought was funny, is I heard Tom Brady's comments, and he got on a soapbox apparently, like he does, and was bitching about the players. And
Stupid players.
I'm gonna paraphrase it. Basically, he was alluding to they should have more preseason games, they should have more practices, they should play in the preseason games. You know, this is why there's injuries, this is why there's this way. Okay. And basically he's saying, you know, get out of my yard type stuff. Old guy, all right, get out of my yard. Now, Tom, okay, granted, 20 years ago, they did have that 5th preseason game. And I'm
Fourth.
sure,
Fourth.
well, no, they used to have a 5th. There was a 5th.
There used to be 6.
Well, I'm saying, but when he was playing, they had 5 preseasons and then down. But what unrelated? He is from an era only 20 years ago removed, basically starting.
What?
Football was slightly different.
Who?
I'm also going to say that as a quarterback, for as much as he was bragging about how important practice was, that bitch had a pink jersey on during practice, which means he never got hit during practice.
He
never had to worry about.
He had one of those orange flag thingies hanging over his head.
Like you can't find your car in the parking lot from Century Village. Yes, those sorts of things. He never got hit. He never had to worry about getting his knee rolled up on when he was waiting for his contract next year. He never had to worry about any of these things. So, Tom, I get it. I understand that.
Honk the horn thingy. Sorry, go ahead.
There are parallels between maybe some of these guys getting hurt and the lessening of the contact, or at least their ability to have contact during practices. I know practices are shortened. I know there's only a few days they actually even wear pads. You know, so the players union and owners have been back and forth in this, but it's all there for them. Everybody knows they're all playing with the same set of rules. There's no, you know, not one team can practice more and one team can practice less. My point is with Tom is Tom. Just understand the game is a little different now, and that when 3/4 of your team is making more money than you were when you came into the league, even as the top rated whatever quarterback and you know, got your first contract. It's a business, and these organizations are protecting their assets, because without the assets on the field, which is what we're talking about here,
nobody to put asses in the seats.
then you have a real problem when you're getting pressured by, I'm sure, a lot of different angles, TV and whatever, just the owners. All right.
It's about ability.
It's football. It's a very, very physical sport. I get it. Injuries suck. And they're going to hurt us during the year. And 2, 3 of our teams are going to be like, oh my God, week 4, we're going to be chasing players that.
In fantasy football, you're going to be replacing 40% of your roster.
More. We get to the end of the year.
With him, it's more.
And half of your team is not anywhere that you either drafted or anybody drafted.
Well, I draft a little better than you.
Guys come up on the scene all the time. But yeah, so it's preseason and it's ironing out the kinks. Most of what these teams are seeing, most of what they're preparing for, planning for, are behind the scenes type stuff. We're not seeing the preseason. These games are so vanilla and so basic, and the scripts are basically like, you dummy, run to here, you dummy, run to there, you run this way. And it's like,
well, preseason, I mean, listen, the regular season, as far as the reporting of the game is concerned, there's a million narratives going on. Okay. You'll have, I mean, HBO runs in season Hard Knocks now. Not only they've got the Seattle Seahawks now preseason, and then they've got like two teams in season.
But that's only because people.
And so there's narrative, right? But there's all different narratives.
Poppers during the day.
Right.
That's all it is.
But preseason is where those narratives, where everybody's throwing shit against the wall right now, as far as narratives are concerned. And one of the narratives right now is everybody's really alarmed about the injuries. Okay, you were saying about contact. Okay, and I hate to keep coming back to this, but as an old school Miami Dolphins fan, someone who lived next what? Show my cup. Oh, yes. But I don't even like this logo, man. I want the old school back. But anyway, as somebody who lived 4 blocks from Barry University from 1971 to 1979, I've attended a few practices. And Don Shula, up until the collective bargaining agreement of 1982, I believe it was that the work stoppage in 1982? 1982 and 1987, I think it was. But each work stoppage, they had different rules put in place to limit lunatics like Don Shula from having 4 a days.
2 a days.
4 a days. He had 4 a days. Okay. When I was a kid in my early adolescence, 8, 9, 10 years old, going there every day that I can. We would ride our bikes down 4 blocks down to see if the gate was open. Cars are waiting, people are waiting to get in. They open the gate, we all go in, and we have a great time.
Were you on holiday?
No, I lived there. I lived in Opelika. Stop. So there are many times I spent all day there because they would have a practice for about 90 minutes. They would go back inside, take a shower, have a meeting, get suit back up, come back out. So if you wait around 45 minutes or an hour, they're back. They come right back out again. 4 a day practices in August, South Florida, August. Even though the weather was nicer back then, it wasn't 95.
Global warming.
Global warming, exactly.
Okay.
Yes. So make sure you buy a Tesla. They don't want that. Bill Parcells, I believe, was the last guy that violated the no excessive practicing rule. He got fined, and I believe it was the Patriots that got fined for contact during a period where you were not allowed to make the players hit each other. They had a live practice. So yes, as far as the old school, tough as nails, super conditioned, but they don't smoke on the sidelines anymore either.
Yeah, that's changed. Well, there's no more commercials paying for it. That's why. There's no smoking commercials.
Exactly.
Smoking doesn't pay. It's bad for your children.
I cannot tell you. I love the highlight. Okay, there's a kicker for the Raiders. I think is Errol Morin or I forget the guy's name. Old school kicker, long time.
Oh,
not George Blanda. George Blanda. They got shit. George Blanda finishing a cigarette, throwing it down, putting his helmet on, and going out and playing quarterback for the Raiders.
Len Dawson.
Is
probably the best.
Famous, yeah.
Quarterback.
Sitting on the bench.
Super Bowl.
Finishing a smoke.
Going back in, coach.
I'm going back in.
Speaking of coaches, I came across a statistic that I thought was kind of interesting. Shocking, actually. But this could be an explanation as well as to why it's so important to get these positions down. But this year, coming into this new season, only 8 teams are returning their head coach, their offensive coordinator, and their defensive group. All 3 spots. 8 teams of the 30 teams in the NFL. That's not a lot. That's less than a third. I'll do some quick math.
That's like your favorite team, my favorite team.
Like 26% of your jobs are secure. No, it's interesting because why? Okay, why would there be that such a high rate of turnover at that such an important position? Are those coaches not any good? Did those teams that hired those coaches for those positions, did they miss that badly? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
a lot of the coaches that were replaced for a reason.
now some coaches ascend because some coaches were coordinators.
Some of them just walk away,
Or
like
some-
yours.
Some get fired eventually.
He didn't get fired.
I fired him
You
5 years
fired.
ago. So, that being
That guy.
said, you know what? I'm so glad he went to NBC. You know why? Because I never watch NBC. And you want to know how far back that goes? You remember the Laugh Olympics? You remember when we were kids and we used to watch the cartoon on ABC, NBC, CBS, the 3 networks, and NBC had like just the worst characters of the cartoons you hated. It's never changed.
Nothing that makes you stronger.
NBC. So thanks.
You will be a powerful Steeler.
So anyway, yeah. So bye.
He's talking about Mike Tomlin, of course.
Yes. Yeah. Bye. So yeah, that's pretty bad because
You seem agitated, my friend.
outside of the coaches that coordinators that become head coaches, good for you. I mean, you've probably earned it.
You want to hear something ironic?
Not all of them.
No, you don't want to hear anything
No, I
ironic.
said not all the coaches are head coaches. Some
Okay.
of them get fired.
Now I know you're not thrilled with Mike McCarthy. Okay, I know you're not thrilled with Mike McCarthy.
No, I'm okay with it right now.
Right.
I'm on the fence. How about that?
Okay.
Because it could go either way.
When the Dolphins hired John Eric Sullivan as their general manager, the first guy I thought of was Mike McCarthy. The first guy, I was like, oh my God, Mike McCarthy's coming to Miami. All right, it's not bad. Because what's Mike McCarthy? Mike McCarthy is a good team manager. He's a good manager and he's a good judge of what a good assistant is. His teams aren't disorganized. As mediocre as the Cowboys were at times, okay, let's remember he presided over a couple of really good seasons.
Keep talking.
Now he's going to go look up Mike McCarthy.
No, I'm going to go ahead.
Okay, but he was the first guy that I thought of when we hired John Eric Sullivan as the general manager. I was like, we're going to get a Packer guy or a former Packer guy, but hiring Hafley starting to look and sound like a good idea. Okay. What do you got? Sean Payton?
Well, no, because
I got to take AI away from him.
You already know that I'm a little bit down on Denver this year, and a good reason.
Yeah, why do you hate Sean Payton so much?
I don't hate him. I just think he's a little overblown, and I think Denver's schedule is very hard, and et cetera, et cetera. So,
okay,
you're talking about the average Mike McCarthy, the average head coach Mike McCarthy.
Yes.
Well, Sean Payton's a god, right? I mean, everybody refers to him as one of the best coaches in football.
Okay, well, what do you got over here?
Now, these are just season comparisons. Each of them coached about the same, 15 to 16.
What's their regular season record?
It's the same. It's 184 and 105. It's identical. Okay. Let's see. 9 playoff seasons. Sean Payton is 9-9. Mike McCarthy's 11-11. Okay, so they're about the same there too, right? NFC title games. Sean Payton's 3-1. Oh, Mike McCarthy's 4-1. Wow, what do you have here? And then Super Bowl appearances, well, they both got 1. So
what are you explaining?
All I'm saying is if you put these two guys side by side and you wipe off their faces.
And Sean Payton's got 2.
And you put them side by side, they're the same guy. But yet you look at Mike McCarthy as being an average quarterback who was the last
average head
coach, sorry. And you look at Sean Payton as being, the Super Bowl Hall of Fame coach. Guy that can rebuild a culture. Oh, Denver's greatest hire and so many. Okay, fine. Maybe you're right. But a resume is the same. And when you go to a business interview and you're not necessarily sitting in front of them and all you have is a piece of paper with the accolades and you go like this and you're like, oh, okay, well, that's the same. Yeah, that's the oh, wow, oh, really? That's the same. Is this the same guy? I'm like, no, that Sean's in the other room and Mike's over here sitting at the table.
You did this with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
No, I'm comparing two coaches.
Okay.
So listen to what I'm saying. Okay, same guy. So relax. I think he's going to be fine. My issue is not Mike McCarthy.
It's a non-issue. I was just saying that you are meh about a coach that I think is really good for your team.
But you're wrong. I wasn't meh on a coach. I'm glad finally they could have brought in Charlie Brown to replace the other stump that was there.
And smile and yell, "Go Pack, go!"
Next topic.
Next topic.
Paul Skeens pitched today. He's hurt, by the way. That's bad.
That's his hot ass girlfriend's taking it out of him. That's what it is.
Something you don't see that velocity drop.
Have you seen Livy Dunn? Have you seen her?
But I don't think this is a salt problem. I think this is a mechanical problem. I don't think he's lacking fluids. I think he's lacking peptides and whatever else makes the world go round.
Peptides.
So yeah,
no, peptides just make me lose 70 pounds. That's it. Oh, and also gain some muscle, by the way. Oof, man. Ooh.
So
look at my neck. My neck is back, dude. My neck was gone. I actually had a pencil neck there for a little while. Go back and look at the videos here on YouTube. Like and subscribe here on YouTube, right there. Okay. Next topic, really quick, because then we got to wrap things up so I can post the pod.
Just mock.
Mockity mock.
First draft I've seen here where Jamar Chase got passed by Puka. What? Are you kidding me? I can't do that. Puka's hurt. He's hurt. He's on my list somewhere. Where's the list?
Yeah, no. This is that year. I'm sorry, folks, but this is that year for Puka Nacua. This is that.
Talk about. Let's give me 5 minutes on this.
Okay.
Tears.
Not tears.
No.
Tears like levels. Tears. Okay. Go ahead.
The importance of the tiers to get your players in these tiers, 1, 2, 3, however you rank them, is because it'll make you a lot less crazy during your drafts. Because when you get into the second round, for instance, and again, this is just using the expert draft, and coming back, when certain runs start to go and the running backs go, you and I can sit here all day long and go back and forth on Kenneth Walker, Kyron Williams, and Barkley. And one guy's going to have one opinion, one guy's going to have a different opinion. Those guys are all going about the same time. So theoretically, those guys would be in your tier. Okay. And it's pretty simple that way. Guy gets selected out of your tier, then go to the next guy. And it's important to do this because when you get into the further round, down the list, rounds 4, rounds 5, where realistically there isn't really a lot of separation between guys in that particular tier, wide receiver 2s or back end wide receiver 3s. You like a certain guy and not being taken. He's normally going up. So he's a 6th round guy. But you're coming around and you're making a turn in the 5th round and you feel like he's best for your team at that spot. He's in that tier. Take him. Don't be afraid to early take a guy because the consensus on a particular player is a round or a round and a half later. Who cares?
Right. Listen, tiers are relative. Your tiers may be different from my tiers. Okay. My tiers, I like to take the totality of the position. Okay. With running back, generally you have 30 effective running backs that you could pick. Okay. So with 30 effective running backs, do you want to divide the tiers into 6 tiers of 5 running backs each?
No, because why would you predetermine any sort of number within each tier? What if there were 10 guys that belong in tier 4 and only 2 guys belong in tier 1? Why? You would be a hard line as far as the qualifications for your tiers. Simple, like we do all the time. We use these terms: wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2,
right?
RB1, RB2,
right? And
then establish baselines on what your league rules are and how many points you're going to need to be successful. Let's say 75% of the time.
Right.
With AI right now, we can ask these questions. If your ESPN is your league, go in and say, what was the average score last year across all the ESPN platforms, PPR, et cetera, et cetera? It'll give you a number. So break down. Your quarterback's got to get you X. Your running back room's got to get you Y. Your receivers. And
this is your first big year with AI, huh?
So you go down your list, the quarterback's got to get you 26 points, 24 points, 22 points, whatever it is. If your guy gets you that, then you go to the next tier and the next. So that's what I mean by now. Maybe your running back 2 tier starts at 16 points a week, and maybe it's between, let's say, 14 and 16 points.
Well, that's what I talk about, the relativity of these tiers.
Yeah, and then work your way down. But it's hard to say.
How do you qualify and quantify the tiering? I mean, if your top 10 running backs are all in the same statistical range,
But they won't be.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
Right.
How do you go about dividing your tiers?
When you go by the draft, Robinson and Gibbs are tier 1.
Right, but that's worse than democracy. I'm talking about from your own perspective.
Oh, I'm telling you from my own perspective.
Okay.
Robinson and Gibbs are in tier 1.
And that's it? They're the only tier 1s.
They're in tier 1 probably. And maybe you can fit in, again, it's a drop off. Do you want to put McCaffrey in there? No. Do I feel comfortable with Taylor? No. Those 2 guys in every draft I've seen are 1 and 2.
I would feel more comfortable with Jonathan Taylor being in the first tier.
Okay. Well,
I would.
Okay. Well, then in that tier, let me ask you, are you going to take Taylor over Gibbs?
Oh, hell no.
Okay. So then why?
Then we're talking about numerical rankings.
So then when you're saying hell no, he's not a tier 1 guy for me in my rankings. So those 2 guys are tier 1. Tier 2, it gets a little harder to separate. That's where you can have McCaffrey, Taylor, Kyron Williams,
Chase Brown.
These 6, 7, 8 guys.
Well, then tier 2 is fucking huge.
It could be, but it's again point separation between the players. Tier 3 is going to be guys like Barkley, Javonte Williams, Jeremiah Love, and it's where you think those guys fit within that tier.
All right. Well, first of all, Barkley fits in tier 2. First of all, Barkley, Devin Achane, those guys all fit in tier 2. They just do.
They could be.
Kyron Williams, tier 2.
Okay, Derrick Henry. I didn't go through the whole list.
Fist fight you.
I didn't go through the
right here.
I didn't go through the whole list, but
and still post the video, whether I lose or not.
But that's where it is. So anyway, that's what I mean by tiers. The receiver's the same thing. So it just makes it easier as you're going through your draft to understand those levels of players in those tiers. That's all. I see you do. I know what it's just silly stuff.
You say you see, but you don't.
I'm watching. I'm hearing. I'm watching.
I'm not only the host, but I'm the comedic relief.
Fairly.
I'm the comic relief. Okay.
So I love Mike McCarthy, for the record.
Oh, now you're getting defensive. I love that.
I do not love Mike McCarthy. But I'm glad Tomlin's gone, and I'm glad there's a new regime. And we'll see how it plays out. It's not hard to point blame at the NFL. You just got to watch the effing tape.
Well,
it'll tell you what went wrong.
Watching the F encounter, and not even the time that we're talking about, the actual physical time of that we're doing this, which, by the way, we bake it and then we drop it fresh. Because we don't want to, we do want to get it out at 7:30 on every Thursday night so that you have a chance to look at it, peruse it, and then watch your game. So, speaking of your team, I'll give you the opportunity to go first because I'm liking what I see with Miami. What are you liking what you see with the Steelers? How are you liking it?
I think Drew Aller looked pretty good. I think the offensive line, it's hard to tell because, again, you don't know who exactly is playing, who is not, what the cohesiveness is.
But they upgraded the talent.
No, I mean, on paper, it looks good.
Yes.
The offensive line was good last year metrically. I was impressed with them.
The play calling sucked.
Yeah, it was just a mess. And the defense underperformed. So we'll see. I mean,
if you had critical injuries at the worst fucking possible times.
Everybody did it.
Exactly. But you had really good guys going down.
Yeah. Everybody has got to deal with injuries. But when you have the same issues at the same positions for a number of years, you're not addressing the need for backups, for depth at that particular
But I
position.
think that this draft, you did address those things,
So,
including Drew Aller, who Aller is going bananas in camp. I'm loving these rookie quarterbacks, by the way, here in preseason. Carson Beck is killing it. The kid out in LA that everybody went, huh? Who? What? Who?
Everybody's banging the NILs.
Yeah.
But it's making the position, at least the quarterback position, pretty good.
Oof.
Because these kids are staying in school.
Professionals.
They're getting extra starts.
Professionals in 8th grade.
They're coming out prepared. I mean, he was in college for 12 years.
Right. Well, speaking of NIL, there is breaking news. There was a court injunction that has been held up. The injunction has been affirmed, and making 16 players that were rendered ineligible either by the fact that they had been drafted into the NFL or they had been disqualified for some legal purpose. And I think that includes the Sorby's degenerate gambler. They are now allowed to play. They are eligible to play in the NCAA. And this is going to affect, they said, in the neighborhood of 15 or 16 current players on NFL rosters who have already played in preseason games.
Cool.
This is worse than, well, remember a few years ago, they had an eligibility problem in the G League with the NBA. And they had like 4 or 5 players that went back to college after playing about 5 or 6 games in the G League. They were like, this is hard. I want to go back to school.
Yeah. If nobody watches
the NBA is so freaking hard.
The NFL mafia will figure this out.
Oh,
and they will make it go away.
Yeah, I haven't heard the follow up. That's just today news. Okay, that's today news.
This will end quickly.
Uncle Roger gets a hold of that. The boss is going to say, "Want to bet?"
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it's going to end quickly.
Yeah, because let me tell you what, the Sorsby kid, the degenerate gambler, quarterback for Texas Tech. Okay.
Why do you call him degenerate gambler?
Because he had like 5 secret accounts, not even in his own friggin' name.
Well, it's illegal, by the way. That's why.
I know. 5 though.
Well, he should have had 6.
5.
Because the first 5 got.
I only need 1, but he's got 5.
Well,
he's also
to beat the system.
Well, the kid's also, I think, a millionaire right now. His NIL deal made him quite a lot of money in the last couple of years. Ooh,
movie, and wait till Tom Cruise gets a hold of
listen. Roger Goodell does not want another Johnny Manziel situation in his league, and I don't care if it's drugs, alcohol, or gambling, especially with all their relationships with all of these gambling sites. Hypocrites.
You know,
the integrity of the friggin' game.
Can't get away from baseball. Shoeless Joe right now is rolling over in his grave when they just had the Field of Dreams game. Right?
Paul Horning, Alex Karras.
And they pretty much just obviously blackballed this guy out of the sport for the rest of his life. And you look at the outfield wall in the Field of Dreams, and FanDuel is on the wall as the main advertisement. And I just want to go, F you. Really, to the establishment, because it's such bullshit. It really is.
Well, I don't.
Pete Rose too. I
don't like Major League Baseball. I don't like their Hall of Fame.
The brains of baseball have been just so bad for the last 70 years. It's just
a joke. A joke. It's a good thing we love that sport,
and it's having a renaissance right now. I mean, the last 3 or 4 years, baseball's back. Rule changes have taken. People are on board. There's still some parity, even though Dodgers have spent $1 billion on their team.
That's about the end. That's about the end. Listen, they brought up the salary cap. They didn't talk about it.
Last year, I said it was coming.
Yeah, I know.
So I know. A year ago.
You heard it here on the Gonzo Radio Sports Desk last year. It's going to happen.
Love this year, because next year you're not watching baseball.
Makes me make Trump hands. Let me tell you, it's going to happen. So,
all right, bye.
That says you're done. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the new podcast format. Sorry, it's going to be late. We're usually drop them at 7:30, but it's our first time around, and it's not the regular season. The preseason's for us too. Okay, so make sure you tune in here. It's going to be dropping every Thursday night at 7:30 until I can get him to start coming here at 5 o'clock. That'll probably happen in the near future, but he's always late. He's never early. Sure. He brings his shitty Dunkin' Donuts coffee with all the grounds in the bottom. I know, but you brought that coffee with the grounds in the bottom. That was nasty.
She gave me.
You were face down in my kitchen sink. I was like, what is wrong with you?
Really? what you do. You pour coffee. You gave him 4 cups of coffee.
I know. All right. Well, say goodbye to the nice people.
Bye, nice people.
Thank you very, very much for watching. Once again, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. If those of you on Twitch, like and subscribe. What do they do on Twitch? I don't know. I forget. I'm not a gamer. I want to be a gamer, but I'm not going to be a gamer. But yes, like and subscribe. We will be coming at you with this format in the future, in the foreseeable future. So on behalf of myself and Da Mazz, say goodnight.
Good night.
Good.